Hello again from the Canadian North. After finishing the anchors last time, I kept thinking about the subject. And look what I found on my favorite site for the ships, the warship porn. I found this picture. And this picture is the battleship USS Connecticut, the BB-18. And in its configuration in 1904, when it was still under construction. So it's a pre-dreadnought. It's very contemporary to the Tsesarevich and to other ones like Mikasa or the Majestics, whatever. And this is a fantastic picture. It's a longitudinal section in the ship with a lot of explanation. And so, for example, and you can zoom it. You can zoom it a lot. I zoom like this. Okay, and we can see the anchors. We can see the anchor chain in pretty much the same configuration as the Tsesarevich, as the Majestics also. And they are manipulated by these davits that we installed, with the exception that in Connecticut there were two davits each side, one for the main anchor and one for the emergency anchor. And then we have the anchor chain going on the deck, and if you can follow the anchor chain to the left until it enters the shelter here with a wheel or a winch or something, and then it descends inside the ship until the compartment number 324. So when we go to the legend and try to find out what's the 324, it says anchor chain room. You see? The anchor chain room, that means the anchor chain was here, and I don't think the Tsesarevich was having the anchor chain right under the anchor holes in the hull, the very bow of the ship. I think the anchor chain was following the deck, and it entered the hull somewhere much further back in the ship. Yes, I think, I don't know, be it as it may, it feels right the way I did it, at least for me, and this closes the subject. Again, very interesting picture. You can see here there are 450 compartments and objects that are detailed in this picture, and this picture gives a pretty complete image of what happened in a battleship, and how complex these machines were, how complex. And keep in mind, those people, they barely had electricity, they didn't have any computers, any 3D design, any possibility to clash check between the various disciplines of engineering, and everything was 2D and handmade, and you know, it's very interesting. Yeah, I will keep coming back to this picture with other details and explanations and whatever, because what happened in this USS Connecticut, I am pretty sure it was the same for the entire period. These are the pieces H19 and H20. They one of them has to come here on top, and the other one in the similar command post at the stern of the ship, at the second mast. Apparently they are the same, but I can assure you they are not. If you look closely, let me zoom here. If you look closely, this one has a straight edge here in front, and the other one has a straight edge here in the back. Given that now on the ship we have a straight edge on that, should I call it mast, you can see it, and it's toward the bow of the ship. That means this piece here, H20, is our baby. We have to install it on top, and the other one will be for the other mast. I'm gonna put it aside for now. Once this is clear, we can start worrying about this step 15 already. We are on step 15, yes. Now, of course, Trumpeter talks about some photo etchings here. We need the D26 twice. Okay, D36 twice. Okay, 21 and 41. 21 and 41. This is 41 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and D30. D30. Where is D30? This one here. Very interesting, and they are all. This is 41. Yeah. They are all to be fixed in various positions. Underneath here, you can see the traces where they are supposed to be installed in various positions. This is gonna be something. First of all, these vertical stiffeners, I cannot let them unpainted because they are quite high in the ship. We start to be high in the ship and they're gonna be visible. They are underneath, but they're gonna be visible. So I have to paint them, and I will paint them the same dark yellow as the rest, and then they will have to be cut and installed. I'm gonna paint them with my not so orthodox method, not so correct paintbrush, but as I said many times, this is about my fun, not about any kind of performance on this model. I think we need these 41s. We need the 20, we said 26. These ones. It's exactly the same color as the photo is, but it's not gonna shine anymore. That's the whole thing. And there is another 41 here, and we have to go the other side. These will be installed vertically, so all the faces, they're gonna be very visible. All the faces have to be painted to kill that shining. I don't know how long I will be able to work out these videos, because it seems to me we are moving out. Yes, we found a house, we clean up all kind of papers and the bank and whatnot, and it seems to me in a couple of weeks we'll sign the papers. If this is the case, I don't know how everything will go here for the hobby. It's gonna be a big moving out, moving in. We need 36, both of them, and it's possible I'm gonna have some interruptions. You know, I have a stash of episodes already recorded, but I don't know how long I'll be able to live out of that. We need to find the 36. Where is the 36? 36 are these. 26. There was another one, the 30. The 30 is here. Okay. Let's do the other side too. Yeah, it's gonna be a big interruption. At least in the day-to-day activity. So we'll see how that goes. I'll do my best to keep posting, because what do you know, now I'm having 130 subscribers. I don't know, 130 people took the time to subscribe. It's unbelievable. What they see here on this channel, it's beyond me. I mean, you want to learn something, go to Ron Calverley and you're gonna learn a lot. And there are so many other excellent people. What I do here is only for a bit of fun. Well, I'm gonna leave it dry, and we'll see after that what's gonna happen. Again, it's this color, the dark yellow. The dark yellow XF60 from Tamiya. I did something here 2 days ago and yesterday, and I finished today. It's about this big piece of railing. Comes like this, and I didn't record anything of this one, and believe me, there was no much to see. Now there are at least two methods to deal with this. One method would be to bend the photo edge on the side, and then once it's bent in the proper shape, you just apply it here and you glue it. The second one would be to start, let's say, from here and come with glue every couple of millimeters, and when, let's say, you arrive here at the corner, you glue this part, you let it dry, and then you make the bend, and you glue the bend, and then you come with a straight part, and so on. So it's a lot of bending in points like this. For this one, I did a combination of the two methods, the same way I did for this one. I mean, if you remember my shape here that I drew on paper a long time ago, I tried to do my best, starting from here and going this way and bending it on the side as well as I could, and of course it wasn't perfect. And then I start to install it here, and I start gluing it in place, and then arriving at the critical points, I bend it in a somewhat final shape here in place. Well, I'm okay with the result. I had fun, which is the whole purpose of this build. But if you look for a certain quality of the work, don't look here. Skip to the real guys who work this hobby much better than I do. Now I arrived here. I'm gonna zoom a bit, but you will see right away the imperfections. And of course, in all this, the helping hands were a lot of help. They kept the photo etch in place while it was gluing and so on. So this part here, it was deformed, and I damaged it when I bent it on the side, and when I tried to put it here, it was already damaged. There is something else here. You cannot really see it, and I don't want to show it too much, and I have to cut this corner here and to start with the second half the opposite way to go up to here. None of this will be recorded because it is a lot of tedious work and a lot of well, I don't know, the result might be a bit fun, but the work itself is not. So yeah, I've considered this to be the most difficult part of the step 15, to install these long railings. I don't even know if I should have installed them now. Trumpeter says yes, do it now, but I'm not so sure. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so as I said, I'm gonna continue with this one, and after that we still have to place the fighting top or the pilot cabin or whatever is here on top. It needs to be assembled. We didn't do it. And then to install the bow turret, the first turret here. So a lot of work still for this step 15. I know from this angle you don't see much, but my tweezers are now supporting, in fact pressing in place the second part, the starboard part of the railing, the bow railing. The first part is done, and of course it's far from being perfect, but I can assure you, with naked eye, half a meter away, you cannot see much of those imperfections anyway. This is not as to excuse what I did in there. Remember, the first part, the port side, was done in a combination of bending aside and bending in place. I've explained it. Now the second part, which you see now kept in place by the tweezers, I started from the bow coming towards the center of the ship, and it's only bent in place. So I glued the edge, the peak if you want, and I continue my way towards the center, towards the middle of the ship, by pressing it into place, gluing it point by point, and bending when the previous glue is dry. So I don't know, the first bend, no matter how I zoom now you won't see it, but I know it. The first bend, which is here somewhere, it's hidden by the tweezer now, went quite well. Actually went better than this one here, the first one I did. We'll see how it goes, because now I will have to glue the straight part in this area, and then I have another bend here, and then the final bend here, almost 90 degree. I'm sorry you cannot see it. I believe you understand what I mean, and I'll give perhaps the same explanations when everything will be put in place, which will not be quite soon, because you have to leave it many hours supported like this, pressed into place, for that glue, for that gorilla, whatever I'm using, to catch, to dry, to fix the railing properly, because otherwise you cannot do the bending.